Hi, I'm Sean Finley, Executive Chef with the Adventure Company, and to kind of cap off our holiday meal segment, we're going to show you how to finish with a classic dessert tonight that pairs well with any main entree that you're doing, but especially with a red meat entree like prime rib, and especially here for the holiday season, and that's our Bananas Foster. It's one of our hits here at the Outpost Lodge in Minutair, Nebraska, and we're going to make it for you right now and show you how to do it. So I'm going to start off. I've got a skillet here that's going to hold all of my ingredients, and I'm going to start with 2 sticks of unsalted butter. We're going to let those melt. You know, this dish was traditionally made tableside and flambéed with the rum, which still can be done that way, and some of the finer restaurants around the world still do it, but it's also very easy to do in your kitchen at home, as you'll see, and it holds well. You can hold it in a warm oven for an hour or so before service, and of course you're going to serve it with a really good French vanilla bean ice cream on a plate, and your guests will just absolutely go crazy for it when it's finished. So our butter's melting. I'm going to finish our bananas over here. I like to do about 1.5 bananas per person. We've got a pretty good crowd here at the Outpost Lodge tonight, so I've cut up quite a few. Just peel your bananas and slice them up. Use a good banana, something that's medium ripe. Works great. Take any bad spots out of them that you might have. Butter's almost melted. Don't want to burn the butter. Just want it to melt completely through, and to that we're going to start making a caramel sauce with our brown sugar. Okay, once the butter is melted, take a good quality golden brown sugar. For as much as we make here, I usually typically go with about 1/2 bag. Maybe a little bit more this evening. We've got about 12 guests in house. So I'm going to get my brown sugar into the butter. Set my bag back aside here. Take a good spoon and I'm going to incorporate the sugar and the butter together. Mixing it up real good, making sure that the brown sugar is incorporated with all of the butter. We're going to allow that to come up to temperature for a minute. Turning out really good. Got our heat up on medium-high. Once we start to see the sugar and the butter start to bubble just a little bit, it'll be time to add our bananas. So we're there now, so I'm going to bring over our bananas. Just slowly incorporate them in, and then we're going to continue to finish our sauce from there. Slippery little rascals, but we'll get them all in the pan. Just take your time. They're going to cook down. I know it looks like a lot of bananas for the pan, but it's actually not. Quick rinse on my hand. Get that guy in there. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to very carefully kind of fold in the bananas to the sugar and butter mixture, and you notice that it's obviously very thick. It's not smooth like we want it, not creamy yet, like we're going to have it. I'm just gonna, you've added a ton of starch to the pan with the bananas. So now what I'm gonna do is I've got a little bit of hot water, and I'm just gonna go around the pan with that hot water and help incorporate that sugar and butter and the bananas and the starch, and it'll start to smooth that out into just a beautiful, beautiful caramel sauce around the bananas. You can add more water if you need to. You want to fold the bananas. You don't want to chop them up with the spoon. You notice I'm starting at the edge of the pan. I'm going underneath and rotating the spoon through the bananas so it's not cutting them up. Definitely don't want them cut up. They will continue to cook down. You want to be able to spoon them over that delicious vanilla ice cream when they're done. Have your guests see them. See how that sauce just mellowed out there? Everything came together, the sugar, the butter, the bananas. Just a beautiful, beautiful sauce in and around my bananas now. Now we're going to flavor it even more. Take a little bit of ground cinnamon. We're going to go over the top. Back with just a touch of allspice. Just a wonderful, wonderful holiday seasoning. Good anytime, actually. Slowly incorporate that. Get all that incorporated. You still got the bananas on a nice heat. They're starting to cook. I'm going to come back with a microplaner and a fresh nutmeg bean. And I'm going to grate in some wonderful nutmeg. Just smells wonderful. So much better than a jarred nutmeg. Fresh nutmeg just is awesome, awesome to use. Find it at your local spice store. Microplaner. We've got our nutmeg in, our cinnamon, our allspice. We're going to let that start to just get wonderful for these bananas. None of this dessert is ever left when we fix it here at the Outpost Lodge for guests. We've got 11 in-house tonight. They're all going to have prime rib for dinner, and we're going to top it off with this bananas Foster and ice cream. And I think they're just absolutely going to be blown away by it. So the bananas are now seasoned with the nutmeg, the allspice, and the cinnamon. We've got our sugar, our butter in there, our bananas. It's starting to come up to temperature. What I'm going to do to finish it off from a flavor standpoint is add a couple of shots of a spiced rum. I've got Captain Morgan's here. If you had any type of open flame here, you would want to remove the pan, because you never want to get alcohol around an open flame on a stove. I'm going to be very careful here. I've got one there. I've got two there. The alcohol in the rum shot will naturally burn off. It will steam off as the bananas become hot and cooked through. So you don't have to worry about it if you're serving this dish to children. It will leave the pan. The spices in the rum and all of that goodness that the rum takes from the barrels that it's aged in really help to enhance the flavor of Bananas Foster. And of course, that was part of the show when this was done tableside and flambéed. Of course, the maitre d' would light that on fire and would cause a beautiful blue flame to come out of the pan. And guests at the table are always dazzled by that. And it was just a great presentation to have personal service level at a restaurant. So now we've got a really great sauce made for our bananas. Miss Ashley, would you grab me a spoon? A small spoon if you would. Let this come up to temperature. Just a little taste here to make sure we've got the flavor that we're looking for. Unbelievable over vanilla bean ice cream, let me tell you. So here you have it. Very simple to do at home. You can hold this, and the way that you present this is, we actually do it ahead of time. Take a really good scoop of vanilla bean ice cream. Take some of the Bananas Foster. We ladle it right here onto the ice cream plate. Take a towel, wipe that for your guest, like so. Serve that hot with this cold ice cream. Unbelievable dessert for the holiday season. Great to go along with any red meat entree that you have. And we do it here at the Outpost about once or twice a week, depending on how many guests we have in. So, I'm Sean Finley with the High Adventure Company, coming to you from the Outpost Lodge here in Minotera, Nebraska. Thanks for joining us, and have a great, safe, and happy holiday season. Thanks.